everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome back to the deep dive. It feels good to be digging into some new material again.
Definitely. And today's deep dive is actually designed specifically with you, our listener, in mind.
That's right. We know that traveling, especially somewhere English is the main language, well, it adds this whole other layer, doesn't it?
It really does. And one of the main places you absolutely have to use your English is, of course, the hotel.
Oh, for sure. I mean, think about it. From walking in the door to checking out and everything in between.
Right.
There are these specific conversations you just have to navigate. Checking in, asking for stuff, maybe, oh God, handling a problem. It almost feels like you need a separate vocabulary just for hotels.
Yeah.
A hotel English conversation, yeah.
It can feel like that moment at the front desk. Maybe you're tired, you just want your room key.
Yeah.
And you need to communicate clearly. It's a common hurdle for English learners.
Totally.
So our mission today really is to cut through some of that stress.
Yeah.
We've looked at a bunch of different resources, guides, lessons, all focused on travel English.
And we've basically pulled out what these sources highlight as the most useful, the most practical phrases and tips.
Think of it as maybe a shortcut to feeling more prepared, more confident for your next trip.
Exactly. We're unpacking what the sources suggest are the essentials.
So let's start right where your hotel stay begins. Walking up to that front desk to check in, that first big interaction, using those key English phrases for checking in.
Okay, so looking through the material, they all pretty much agreed on the number one phrase to kick things off. What did you see consistently?
Yeah, it was very clear. The absolute core phrase, the one to have ready, is, I have a reservation under the name Your Name. Simple as that.
Right, get straight to the point. Tell them who you are, why you're there.
Exactly.
And I noticed they also mentioned being ready with your ID.
Oh, yeah. Very common. They'll likely ask for your ID or passport. You might hear them ask. Or you could just sort of ask, do you need my ID or passport? But yeah, have it handy.
Good tip. And sometimes maybe you need to mention how you booked, like if it was online.
Yeah. One guide suggested just adding, I booked a room online. Can be helpful, just in case there's any mix-up.
Makes sense.
Now, while you're right there at the desk checking in, the sources also pointed out it's a great time to ask those first questions about the hotel, maybe about your room.
Right, and they gave those really useful questions structures, like, is there a, or is there any?
Precisely, and the difference is pretty straightforward. You use, is there a den, for singular things you can count.
Okay.
Is there a shop in this hotel, or is there an ATM? You're asking if one exists, basically.
Got it. And is there any, that's for the uncountable stuff.
Yeah.
Or things you might find in the room.
Exactly right, like liquids, supplies. The sources used examples like, is there any shampoo or conditioner in the room? Or is there any bottled water?
Ah, okay. So you're not asking for a specific number of shampoos, just if it's generally provided?
That's the idea, is the item available.
Okay, let's try putting a few of those together. Quick role play. I've just walked up.
All right, I'm the friendly receptionist. Ready when you are. Good afternoon.
Hi there. I have a reservation under the name, Your Name.
Thank you. Let me just check that for you. And do you have your passport or ID available?
Yep, right here. Here's my passport.
Yeah.
I booked the room online, by the way.
Perfect. Thank you. All set.
Great. Oh, quick question. Is there an ATM in the hotel?
Yes, there is. It's just around the corner past the elevators.
Brilliant. Thanks.
And there you go. See? Check-in handled. The big takeaway the sources stressed was just having that opening line ready and knowing how to ask about basic things using, is there a huge or is there any, makes a huge difference.
Definitely takes the pressure off that first interaction. Okay, so hurdle one cleared, you're in your room, but, your stay continues. And you might need other things. This is where that useful English for travel comes in handy again.
Right. Once you're settled, things pop up, don't they? You need an extra something or you need some information.
Yeah. The sources had some really simple ways to ask, like the classic one, needing more towels.
Oh, yeah. Can I get extra towels, please? Super useful. Or maybe could I have an extra blanket?
Right. And I saw they mentioned other things, too, like toiletries if you run out of soap or shampoo.
Toilet paper.
Or even coffee supplies. If your room has one of those little coffee makers, maybe you need more coffee grounds or filters.
Yeah, those little comfort items.
That's
and then
right.
there's asking about services, right? Information you need.
Top of the list for most people nowadays. What's the Wi-Fi password?
Absolutely essential. And that phrase is perfect, direct, and clear. What about laundry?
Yes. You could ask, is there a laundry service? If you want the hotel to handle it.
Or, if you prefer to do it yourself, are there any laundry facilities?
Yep.
Like Queen-operated machines.
Good distinction. And for those early mornings, wake-up calls.
Yep. Can I get a wake-up call at time? Or, slightly more formal, could I have a wake-up call at time? Both work fine.
And meals, especially breakfast. Gotta know where to go.
For sure. Where do we have breakfast? Or simply, where's the restaurant? And, it's helpful to recognize the types of breakfast the sources mention.
Oh, yeah, like continental breakfast, which is usually lighter pastries, fruit, coffee.
Right. Versus a buffet breakfast, which is the big spread where you help yourself.
Good to know the difference. Okay, let's try another quick one. I'm in my room, calling the front desk.
Okay. Ring, ring. Hello, reception speaking. How can I help?
Hi, this is room 305. I was just wondering, could I have an extra pillow, please?
Of course. Room 305, an extra pillow. We'll send one right up for you.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See? Straightforward request, clear answer. Knowing these basic phrases just makes things smoother.
Okay, now for the bit that I think worries a lot of people, especially maybe beginner English for tourists, what do you do if something's wrong?
The problem situation. Yeah. Something's broken, something's missing. How do you complain? Politely.
Right. It feels awkward, maybe confrontational. But the sources had some brilliant tips on this. This was maybe my favorite part.
Mine too, actually. Really practical advice. They broke it down into 2 key language strategies to sort of soften the complaint. What was the first one again?
The first tip was giving a little background, a bit of context before you state the problem.
Right. Like saying, I just checked in a few minutes ago, or I was just trying to make some tea.
Yeah, it sets the scene, doesn't it? Makes it sound less like you're just launching into a complaint.
Exactly. And the second tip, this one is gold. Using softening language, specifically phrases like seem to or appear to.
Okay, tell me more about that. Why does that help?
Well, instead of saying something blunt like the air conditioner isn't working, which can sound a bit like an accusation.
Yeah, like you gave me a broken AC.
Right. Instead, you say the air conditioning doesn't seem to be working, or there seems to be a problem with the hot water.
Oh, I see. It sounds much less direct.
It does. It frames it as your observation, your perception. From what I can tell, trying it now, it's not working. It gives the staff a bit of space, makes them more likely to want to help fix it rather than getting defensive.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So instead of there's no soap, I could say, there doesn't appear to be any soap in the bathroom.
Exactly. Or we can't seem to find any slippers. It's polite. It's less confrontational. The sources listed all sorts of common problems. Lights out, key card not working, room not cleaned.
Right.
And you can apply this seem to or appear to structure to pretty much all of them. One of the lights doesn't appear to be working. Much better.
And then obviously you need to ask for it to be fixed.
Yep. A simple, could you send someone to fix it? Usually is the trick. Or sometimes they might offer an alternative like, would you like us to bring a fan up if the AC is the issue?
Okay, let's try this. I'll be the guest calling down with the problem using the tips.
Got it. Front desk here, ready to solve anything. Hello, reception.
Oh, hello. Yes, this is room 412. We just got settled in. It's a lovely room, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
But we were just trying to turn on the TV, and it doesn't seem to be working. The screen stays black.
Oh, dear. I do apologize for that inconvenience. Let me send someone from maintenance up immediately to take a look for you.
Oh, would you? That would be great. Thank you.
Absolutely. They should be there within 10 minutes.
Perfect. See, you stated the problem clearly, but the little intro and the doesn't seem to be working made it sound very polite. That really is powerful. Useful English for travel.
It really is. Okay, fast forward. You've had your stay. Maybe you even handled a little problem like a total pro.
Feeling confident.
And now it's time to leave. The final hurdle. Checking out.
The wrap-up. Okay, the main phrase here, the sources agreed, is pretty simple.
Yep. Just walk up and say, I'd like to check out, please.
Straightforward enough. And then there's the bill. You probably want to see it.
Right. You can ask, can I get a copy of the bill? Or maybe could I see the invoice?
And while you don't need to say these terms, the sources mentioned it's good to recognize things on the bill itself.
Yeah, things like total charges, tax. Hopefully not things like a damage charge or a late charge.
Hopefully not. And you'll pay, usually credit card or cash.
Right. Now, what if your flight isn't until much later? Your checkout time is, say, 11 a.m., but your flight is at 6 p.m.
Ah, good point. That's where asking about luggage storage comes in.
Exactly. Can I leave my luggage here until later is the phrase you need. Most hotels are happy to store it for you.
Super useful. And then the final step, getting away from the hotel. To the airport, maybe?
Yep, you can ask the front desk, could you call me a taxi, please? You might add, to the airport.
And some hotels, the sources mentioned, might have their own airport shuttle service, too. Worth asking about.
Definitely. Okay, final simulation, checking out.
Let's do it. I'm approaching the desk. Good morning.
Good morning, checking out today.
Yes, please. I'd like to check out. Room 412.
Okay, room 412, and how was everything during your stay?
Oh, it was lovely, thank you. The TV got fixed really quickly.
Excellent, glad to hear it. Here is your final bill. Would you like to review it?
Yes, please. It's okay. I'll pay by credit card.
Certainly.
And my flight isn't until this evening. Would it be all right if I left my suitcases here for a few hours?
Absolutely. No problem at all. We can store those for you right behind the desk here.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for all your help.
Our pleasure. Have a safe trip. And just like that, your hotel stay is complete. Smoothly done.
So, yeah, we've kind of walked through the whole typical hotel experience, haven't we?
We have. From checking in, getting what you need during the stay, dealing politely with any little issues, and then checking out.
And the main point, really, from all the sources, is that just knowing a few key phrases for each stage, well, it makes a massive difference.
It really boosts your confidence. It can turn something potentially stressful into just another part of your trip, making the whole thing much more enjoyable.
Absolutely. So we really hope you'll maybe listen back, practice saying some of these phrases out loud, get comfortable with them.
The more you practice, the easier it'll be when you actually need them. And thinking about all this practical travel English, it leads to a fun question.
Oh.
Yeah, inspired by the whole idea of traveling and using your English. Now that you've got these tools for navigating a hotel stay, where in the world would you like to go next to use them?
Ooh, that's a great thought to end on. Plenty of possibilities. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into practical hotel English.
We really hope this helps you feel more prepared and, just confident for your next adventure.